that. First of all, what is programming language? That is set of instructions which we can give to the computers. Those are the set of statements. Those are the set of sentences. Those are the set of signs. Those are the set of syntaxes which we can give to the computer so that computer can do something. So what do you mean by that? For example, HTML. We have given H1, and that H1, because of that H1 instruction, that is also an instruction in fact. Even though HTML is not a programming language, that is also an instruction. That instruction informs Java browser to print the given content in a big letter. Right? For example, I. What the I will do? When I say I, whatever the content we have given, that content will be displayed as an italic letter. That means this I instruct the browser to do like that. Okay. So my point is, programming languages or markup languages or scripting languages instruction your computer or some other compiler or some other software to do something on the computer. That is the whole idea. So when you are able to see this kind of website, the instructions are all coming all the way from the server and they are loaded on this browser and you are able to see this on the screen. Okay. So now the next ultimate point is, when our HTML is already doing something, what is the purpose of JavaScript? Obviously, when HTML చేయగలుగుతున్నప్పుడు JavaScript ఎందుకు? What is the need of JavaScript? What is the purpose of JavaScript? Is there any importance for the JavaScript? I'll show you what is that. You can go to the tutorials and you can read the JavaScript from our website only. You need not to take any textbook or anything. See here, HTML is not smart enough to perform any logical work apart from displaying that given data in a better way. That is the limitation of HTML. And HTML అంతవరకే చేయగలుగుతుంది. For example, if you give 12 plus 23, it don't do the addition. It will simply print 12 plus 23. That's it. I want the addition. I want the multiplication. I want that. HTML cannot do math. It cannot figure out someone has correctly filled a form or not. Ante, what do you mean by that? When some user filled a form, whether they have given the email ID in a correct way or not, password in a correct way or not, username filled or not, the age is greater than 21 or not. So these are all, this kind of validations are not possible directly with HTML. There are right now, yes, we have something, but it is not in a full-fledged way. HTML5 validations are there, but it's limited. It cannot make decisions based on how visitors interact with it. That means what? Of course, we don't have that possibility, but W3 Schools or any other website has a beautiful approach now. If you click on dark mode, the website looks in the dark mode. If you click on unselect the dark mode, it will give you light mode. This is there for most of the websites. Yeah, light mode is this, dark mode is this. Okay, OS default or something. Okay, what I am trying to tell you is this kind of dynamic behavior cannot be created by HTML. So this is what I tried to explain you, what exactly HTML cannot do. Okay, there is no interactivity, there is no validation, there is no dynamic nature. These are all not available with pure HTML and CSS. JavaScript has to do, but to do that level of work, you need lot of basics, lot of understanding of programming fundamentals, programming principles. Okay, so you have to follow some set of rules, set of approach. If you don't follow that, you can't get into it. Okay, what are the rules and what are the approaches we may need to follow for JavaScript? Not only this, even Python, C++, Java, C. On that case, every programming language has this kind of principles, concepts. Okay, so we have to understand how JavaScript created, what is its expectation. Okay, so you can't treat the tiger like a human being. Tiger has its own way of dealing. Human beings are having its own way of dealing. Both are not same, not at all. Snake, you can't sleep with snake, even if it is your baby or your pet snake. No, not at all. Eh? Huh? So these are all, you have to understand what is its behavior. Then you start working with it. Okay? Yeah. AC is different, fan is different, TV is different. You can't use AC remote to the TV, and this is also remote. Why it is not working? It is also infrared, and it will not work. TV is a different device and AC is a different device. So the very primary thing I wanted to inform you is, don't expect your expectations are in the JavaScript. First of all, what is there in the JavaScript? How JavaScript behaves? Learn that. ఓకే, తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్తున్నాను, మీ ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్స్ ని బట్టి జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ ఉండదు. జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ లో ఏముందో దాన్ని బట్టి మనం వర్క్ చేయాలి. రైట్, సో వాట్ డు వి హ్యావ్ ఇన్ ద జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ అండ్ హౌ డు వి రన్ ద జావాస్క్రిప్ట్? ఓకే, you go through all these things, coding with VS Code. Okay, we are going with VS Code coding. Yeah, I'll show you that. I am opening my regular folder. Before going to the further, I would like to tell you one more thing. JavaScript created, or the beginning it created in 7 days. Starting lo JavaScript ni 7 days lo create చేసేసారు. That is only for very small and very particular things like validations and small works. It was not meant, or it was not for big work. But slowly JavaScript got popularity and JavaScript got attention, and big companies like Google, Facebook started working with JavaScript. So they improved JavaScript a lot. Okay, so in this process, JavaScript has two varieties. This is the only language which can work on browser and what you say server. Okay, I don't like that word, but I'm giving you that word. Okay, server means directly on machine, like C, C++, Java, Python. It can use like a normal regular programming language, and it is the best friend for browser. Browser ante, see, of course now you guys are using mobiles. Leave about that. Before that, to have a chatting, to have video call, we have to install some software called Yahoo Messenger. To chat, to meet friends, or to have a video call, all these things you need Yahoo Messenger, or else Skype, or else Rediff. There are certain softwares we have. To have the Gmail, we used to, not Gmail, this one, mails, emails, we should have Outlook. To have Excel, we should have Excel, MS Office. Of course, now also we have MS Office. But these are all transformed into web. That means now I am not using Excel anymore. I have Google Docs. I am not using PowerPoint anymore. I am having Google Slides. I am not using any Yahoo Messenger for chatting. I have Zoom. These are all directly on the browser. I hope you are getting my point. Yes, to listen to music, are you using any VLC player or anything? Directly on the web, you are playing Spotify or YouTube. So web actually captured everything. Still till date, web is only ruling. One more point, earlier, to have the bank transactions, we need to install bank software on my machine. Okay, just like how you are installing apps, right? Like that, in my computer I used to have a lot of apps, but which are not necessary. In fact, now everything is browser, right? So there is a separate set of applications which we would use only on the browser. So that is completely on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript still, and something which is there in the server side or directly on the machine, that is possible through a concept called a platform called Node.js. This is called runtime for JavaScript. So what do you mean by that? I'll explain you what exactly I mean by this. You can create a JavaScript program called anything, main.js or abc.js, doesn't matter. Inside this, I'm trying to create a program. Okay, don't take too headache. Where a is equal to 100, where b is equal to 200. I will explain you what is a and b, what is where c is equal to a plus b, console.log of c. So this is a program which is written in JavaScript, which is having two values in a and b, and addition is there in the c, and that is what I am printing. To execute this program and see the result, we have multiple ways. First way is use this program in a HTML file. in the head section or body section by using script tag. In the script tag, you have to give src is equal to ./main.js. / means in the same folder. / means in the same folder, the file name is main.js. Now run this program and you can see the output in the inspect and console. You can see the output as 300. But the same program, of course, to execute this program, you need HTML support. HTML support lekunda JavaScript direct ga browser lo execute avvadu. Even if I try to open, okay, not like this. Even if I try to open, it opened that folder. Are you getting me? Even if I tried to see desktop RB20 JavaScript. And even if I try to open with Chromium or Chrome, it is showing it as a normal text. It is not able to execute this code. So you can't directly run the JavaScript without the help of HTML in browser. HTML lo include చేయకుండా JavaScript ni execute చేయలేము. Yeah. But with Node.js, there is a software called Node.js, which is called as runtime. Ante normal JavaScript will be executed directly. Atla execute cheyadaniki, to execute like that, you need a runtime engine. That runtime engine is nothing but Node.js. Every programming language will have this kind of runtime engines. The engine, for example, Java has a runtime engine called JRE, Java Runtime Engine. Okay, even Python has its own runtime engine. Even C++ will use the runtime engine of Windows, or else in Linux they use GNU. So every programming language need runtime environment to execute directly on the operating system. So what is the benefit out of this? Browsers or normal JavaScript through HTML cannot interact with the databases, cannot interact with the web servers, cannot interact with all these things. But if you have JavaScript on the computer, then that can interact with the databases and all. Okay, even though if you are unable to understand what the hell I am speaking, but still okay, calm down. Meeku database enti ivanni ardham kaakapoyina paraledu. Just I am saying that JavaScript can do all these things. That is called as backend. Okay, we are discussing JavaScript with respect to front end. So you have to download. By tomorrow, I want you guys should download Node.js and install on your machine. Once Node.js installed on your machine, node space -v. If you run this, it will give you version. Of course, my version is little older, 16.515. You will get 18.13 version. Okay. So I can use my terminal in the Visual Studio Code also by clicking on Control and backtick character, or else if you are not identified that, you can go to View and click on Terminal. This terminal, once you open the terminal, it will directly open in your current folder. And now I am in the RB20 folder. I have to go to JS folder. In the JS folder, I have main.js file, right? So how to run the main.js file is give 1 second. I'll clear it off. Node space main.js. So I could able to execute directly this main.js file, and I got the output as 300. Understood? Super. But right now we are not using this approach. The approach we are using is HTML. Is my point clear? Okay. So now, even we don't write separate JavaScript file. What do I do is I directly write everything inside the body under script directly. This is also another way. So here also I would like to use console.log of hello world. Hello world edupol. So when I write like this, you know what is head section and you know what is body section. I am writing the code inside the script. Okay. So when I run this code, it will print hello edupoli in console. This is called console. Okay. And if you if you want to print something on this particular page, this is called as document. This area is called document area. So you can write document.writ write function as hello edupoli. You can see the output on the document. Sometimes you want to pop up a message. You can make use of alert hello edupoli. You can see that output is coming as an alert box. Of course, you are also getting the document output also. But don't use it much. Okay, I'll simply remove this because it will always pop up. It is annoying. These are mostly the different ways of printing something on the console or on the document. Try to understand this syntax very clearly. This console.log of, you will be having the parenthesis. This called as parenthesis, these brackets. Whatever the output you want to print, you have to put it inside those brackets under double quotes. Here you have to understand a beautiful word called literal. There is a normally we use so many times this literally. Even my son uses this word so many times. I don't know why. Literally is so good. Literally wonderful food. Literally I am working hard. Okay, I don't know what is the meaning also, but here in this case, literal means literal. How do I say that as literal? Okay. Something the primitive is called as literal. Something which is primitive, which is called literal. Literal means the finest, the least. Okay. If you if you see a diamond, literally, what is there in the diamond? Carbon. If you take a book, ultimately the form of a book is inside the book, you have a carbon. This wood is a carbon. Do you agree with me? కార్బన్ అమ్మా ఇదంతా ఏది కాల్చినా నల్లగా వచ్చింది అనుకో, దట్ ఈస్ కార్బన్. ఓకే, ఎనీథింగ్ విచ్ కమ్స్ విచ్ టర్న్స్ ఇంటూ ఎ బ్లాక్ ఇస్ carbon. Ash, carbon. So like that is the literal. Water, H2O, hydrogen and oxygen, right? Sugar, that is something. So like this, the finest, the last thing is considered as literal. Basically, the entire universe is made up of 219 or 127 types of atoms, types of things, right? Elements, they are element table. Okay, so they are literals. Here in the JavaScript also, not only JavaScript, even every programming language, this is the finest thing. This is called, hello Adipoli, that is called string literal. If you are not interested to use that word, then it is a string. But I need that literal at the time of functions or expressions. These times, JSX, those times I want this word literal. But right now, whatever there inside the console.log, that is called literal. String literal, that is called string literal. Sometimes you may use document dot write of 123. Here I can see 123 in the document, but this is called number literal. What is that? Number literal. And I may use something called true. This is called as boolean literal. But don't get confused. These two statements output may look same, but here these two are different. Line number 10 lo lopal unnadi boolean. Here, as soon as you put it under double quotes, it is considered as string. That is considered as string. In the document.write, you may not see the difference, but in the console log of 123, 987, in the console, this 987 both will be printed. But could you observe any difference in between this line number 12 output and line number 13 output? Enti difference? Very good. Em color difference undi?
Boolean ki 980 normal.
Boolean kaadu adi. Double quotes. Line number 12 lo I have used double quotes to print 987. That is printed as a string. This 987 is printed as, this is a number. If you directly give like this is called a number. So 987, here it has a number literal, here 987 is a string literal. So string literals will be printed as 987 and number literals will be printed as blue color in the console. Okay. If you observe the same thing here also, if I say true, it will be printed in the blue color. If I put it in the double quotes, it will come in black color, black or gray, whatever. Okay, so these are all the different literals. These are the data. This is data you have. Okay. So everyone knows something like making coffee is very important. Do you make coffee? ఎట్లా పెడతారు? How do you prepare coffee?
First we need to take a bowl.
నా వీడియో చూసి మాట్లాడడం కాదు. Yeah, guys. మనీషా కాఫీ పెడతావా? ఎట్లా పెడతావు కాఫీ?
స్టవ్ మీద గిన్నె పెట్టుకోండి సార్.
మనీషా ఆల్సో ఇంటెలిజెన్స్. స్టవ్ మీద గిన్నె వరకు వచ్చేసింది. ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్. నో డైరెక్ట్ పాలు వేడి చేయవా? ఓకే గైస్ ఓకే. తర్వాత నౌ యూ సీ హీ విల్. యా ప్లీజ్ గో హెడ్.
మిల్క్ వేసి షుగర్ వేస్తాం. లాస్ట్ లో కాఫీ పౌడర్ కలిపేస్తాం సార్ అంతే.
తర్వాత తాగేస్తారా?
కప్ లో తీసుకుంటా.
Okay, so you have to take it in a cup, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Manisha will not switch off the stove.
Off చేస్తా.
Okay, that's dangerous, Nana. Okay, please switch off the stove. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And after that you have to clean also. First, guys, please don't take me wrong. These are the mistakes what you guys do in the programming. You don't clean. You don't switch off the stove. Okay. Even you guys are much better. You are taking the bowl, but directly some people directly boil the milk. They say first word is boil milk. Oh, is it? How do you boil the milk? Directly packet will be placed on the stove. They don't take the bowl. Okay, anyways, thank you for listening, saying that answer. So for coffee, to boil the milk, of course you need a vessel, right? The same way, when you are handling data in the JavaScript, you need memory. Memory is here considered as the vessel. Okay, so you need some space to temporarily store that data. Such kind of memories cannot be created dynamically like om boom bush memory. Memory will not be created like that. Okay, such kind of languages instructions are not there in the JavaScript. What we can do is, first we have to declare variables. This is not new. Don't look at me like Sadma Sridevi. Sadma Sridevi ante meeku Vasanta Kokila Sridevi laga nannu చూడకండి. ఓకే, మెమరీయా వేరియబుల్లా ఏంటి అన్నట్టు చూడకండి నన్ను. Okay, we are already studied in the first year C language. Okay, when you declare a variable by using int, how many bytes of memory will be reserved? Okay, calm down, relax. Cool, Raki, cool. There are 2 bytes, that is 16 bits in Turbo C, 4 bytes in GCC or Dev C++, that environment. Okay, very good. So as soon as you create a variable int a, you must have said it like this, and you can't write it like that. Okay, int a. So as soon as you created it like this in the Turbo C compiler, it will create 2 bytes, that means 16 bits. So the 2 bytes of memory is reserved, and that particular place will be available in the location will be available in A. there is a big housing complex, or there is a big layout which is coming in the Kokapet area. We purchased a particular place. We have only link documents. Link document means there will be survey number. From that survey number, after how many feet or yards your actual location is. But after certain time, after forming a society, the plot will have a number. Okay, that number is nothing but the variable. Through that number you can access it, right? House number HG 10 805 is my house number. So what is that?
Valid number.
That is the address. I mean to say that is having
Oh,
the reference to your memory. That means house is my memory. The house number is my reference. The same way, here A is the for example, here I will create a variable where A is equal to 19,837. So this 19837 will be stored in the memory. That memory will be referred, or the memory will be accessed through A, right? So if you send me a letter to my house, how do you send the letter to my house? You write a beautiful letter to me, okay, and you go to the 7th floor penthouse and you throw in the air, go Corona, go, like that. It will directly go to my house.
no,
Then you put an address, right?
reference.
With that names and with that strings only, you will able to reach to my house, or your letter will reach to my house. I have so many. You can send me an email, but how do you send? You wrote an email, Praveen, go until the email. You have to give the address to address. Yeah. So that my space is referred by the variable name. So this A is called as variable name. This A is variable. This is called value. And this value will be accessed through
A.
A. So if I say I'm removing everything, guys, for your simplicity, console.log of A gives you the output as 1937. Can you see the output, please? 1937. But you have to be careful. If I say console.log of, in the quotes A, in the double quotes A, you will not get the value of A. A is holding a value. A oka value ni hold chestundi. Console.log of quotes lo ganaka pedte, if you put it in a quote, that will be considered as string literal. It is not considered as a value. It is it is not considered as a variable. In fact, it is called variable. It is considered as stringlet. Nowadays, we got one more string mechanism that is called backtick character. Even this will also not give you that value. So if you want to print the value of a, if you want to use the value of a, then how should you use that? How can I use that 19,834 directly as a? You got it? Yes. So this a is called as variable. Sometimes we call it as identifier. The fundamental word is identifier. If that identifier value can be changed, if you can change the identifier value, then it is called as variable. If you can't change the identifier value, then it is called as constant. So how can I create constant identifiers? In the textbook or in the documentation, many people wrote this way, that is constant variable. I don't understand the meaning of constant variable. Because if it is varying, if it is changing, then it is called variable. If it is not changing, that is called constant. But many people say like that, but you have to use that word called constant identifier. Constant identifier, variable identifier. Constant identifier means the value will never change. So here I'm going to create const x is equal to 123. You can use that x as simple as a console.log of x. You get 123 and it is showing as number only. But a can be modified. What do you mean by a can be modified? If I say a is equal to 234, the value of a will be replaced from 19,837 to 234. Now, if you print what is console.log of a, it gives you 234 rather than 19,837. But if you do the same thing with x, it will complain. It will give you error. It will give you gali. It will give you butulu. See, tidutundi adi nannu. You idiot, uncaught type error, assignment constant variable, add antunnadi. So you cannot assign to constant. Ikkada kuda variable ani rasettadu. That's okay. So you cannot assign a value to a constant. Okay, తర్వాత చెప్తా దాని రీజన్ ఉన్నట్టుంది, కరెక్టే. యా దాని వేరియబుల్ అని ఎందుకు అన్నాడో తర్వాత చెప్తాను. ఓకే, రైట్. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఎర్రర్. దట్ మీన్స్ యూ కెనాట్ do this. You cannot reassign a value to a constant identifier. అలాగే చెప్పండి, కాన్స్టెంట్ లేకపోతే కాన్స్టెంట్ అనండి, అయిపోతుంది. నెక్స్ట్. Okay, I hope you understood this, right? But very unfortunate, this is okay statement, but you cannot give like this. In maths, some people feel 200 will go to A. Unfortunately not. This will also throw an error. Invalid left hand side in assignment. This is called assignment. This is called assignment. On the right hand side, you should have constant, and left hand side, you should have variable. You should never have left hand side a constant. 200 is a constant number, literal. అంటే 200 కి వాల్యూ ఎంత? 200 కదా. 200 is 200.
200.
So on the left side, you cannot have directly numbers. You can have
Only variable.
only variables. Okay. So be careful. This is not going to happen. Next, try to understand this more. This is also here. A is equal to 234. A is equal to 300. A is equal to 999. A is equal to 454. Ultimately, what will be going to be there in the X? Sorry, A.
454.
454.
Very good. So here in the line number 11, 19837 is replaced with 234. In the line number 13, 234 value will be replaced with 300. And again 300 will be replaced with 999. And 999 got replaced with 454 into A.
A.
And finally, what do I have? 454. So this is the procedure. Even if I have so many nines, it's a very big number and it is a lucky number also. But
It replaced with the
of course I have a number, but it replaced it with 454. That's over. That's gone. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Next, I have where A is equal, okay, constant, I remove it. Where B is equal to if I say A equal to B, it can be possible. B value can be placed in A value. A value can be placed in the B value. I mean to say assigned to B value. A value can be assigned to B, or B value will be assigned to A, or else A and B are interchanged. They will never interchange. Always the rule is right hand side value will be replaced. Right hand side value will be assigned to the left hand side variable. So the B value, what is the B value? 3332. That will be assigned to A. What will be assigned to A? 332. Why? Right side, whatever there, that will be assigned to the left side. So now B value replaced the A value. Is that clear? Okay. Suppose I really want to swap the numbers of A and B. That means A should get 332 and B should get, B should get 837. How do I do that? Okay. In one bottle, I have thumbs up. In another bottle, I have Sprite. I want to interchange the thumbs up into Sprite bottle and Sprite bottle into thumbs up. Sprite into thumbs up. What do? I'll take another bottle. Hello. Where I'll first pour all the thumbs up into that empty bottle. So then the thumbs up bottle will become empty. And then I pour this thumbs up bottle, and now the Sprite bottle will be empty and Sprite bottle will be filled with the the newly created bird.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. So this is the procedure of exchange, right? Yes or no? But unfortunately, in the real time, when I say A is equal to B, B value will be placed in A. That doesn't mean B will be removed completely. B value ని Aలో పెట్టుకున్నా అట్లా అని చెప్పేసి Bలో ఉన్న వాల్యూ మొత్తం ఎరేజ్ అయిపోదు. B still have the value. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So how do you do this now? How do you exchange? I am not going to give you the answer. You try completely by your own. I repeat, you try completely by your own the whole day. I will give you the answer tomorrow under operators. So tomorrow the first point will be started from here. Okay? Yeah. Okay, that's it for today for batch number 20. Okay. See you tomorrow.